wait and put the pause, put the space in your hands and in your body. So we feel the pulse like this, great. And so now it's a little body dance, like this, and your body keeps really loose, really relaxed. Here we go, and 1, 2, back to the groove, go. You're doing many of them, and you will this morning. brain. First one, making music. Lights up so many parts of the brain, all during our lives. In memory care, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, I'm doing a lot of work in those fields these days. Wow, it really is a life changer. Movement, like I said, 85% of what you learn, what you remember is lodged in movement. Creative play, making it up. When you came in, did I give you a specific groove? Did I? You have been making it up from the moment you came in. All I did was start it and gave you a steady pulse. I modeled walking hands. So this is really important. And then you were off. Movement is experience when many create as one. This is huge. So these 4 primary pathways are going to be our journey this morning. With drumming up a better brain. But also I'm really interested in classroom management, in SEL, and in all the ways that we can really help kids to reconnect. Reconnect to themselves and reconnect to each other. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. I'm done with blah, blah, blah. Up and stretch it to the side, 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 side. I'm always looking for how many ways can I get them to move when we're stuck at a drum. Yeah, so as many ways as you can move it. Now, 1, 2, back to the groove, go! Here goes. Okay, everyone check. Welcome, everybody. Okay, Denise. They're yours.
Welcome. Good morning, everyone. I'm Denise Thomas, Elementary Division President. Tamara Silver is back over here, our past president. And Callie Holman is our treasurer. She's by the door. We are so glad that you all are with us today. We are welcoming Mary Knysh as our featured presenter this week. And we have these wonderful flyers. Please come in, y'all. And let me tell you a little bit about Mary. She's the founder of Rhythmic Connection, an innovative company advancing education, health, and creative development through drum circles and music improvisation. Mary is a cutting-edge workshop facilitator, trainer, and consultant with a specialty in education who uses music as a means for personal and organizational transformation through creativity, leadership, and nonverbal communication. Thomas trying to read early in the morning. She's a professional musician, recording artist, and author. She is an international teacher trainer with the Music for People organization. Mary is also an offshore clinician and presented at National AOSA in November and was fabulous. And she is a teaching artist for the Pennsylvania Council for the Arts, Young Audiences of New Jersey, and Rhythm Band Instruments and the Toka Drum Company. And she's got some awesome drums to show you.
Yeah, I'll show you some of the Toka.
She travels throughout the United States, Europe, Asia, offering conference presentations, clinics, teacher trainings, performances, and workshops. Would you all help me in welcoming Mary this morning?
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. So happy. So I wanted to start the journey, and as I said, my hope would have been that you would have entered through the door to a music session with music going on. Because to me, that's everything. If we can start in music, with music, and have people walk in the door and is musically engaged from the get-go, this is, I think, the process. I'm really exploring these days music not as a noun, making music that's already planned and composed, but I'm really looking at it as the verb, that music therapy talks about it. The verb is music keying. And what can we learn through music keying? How does it change the brain? So I'm going to take you through a couple of my standard warm-ups when we look at classroom management. I've got a couple things here. I'm going to leave that. I want you to know that you have session notes. Did you all look on the app and see that there's session notes that you can download? Yes? No? On the app, there's a QR code. Please ask if you don't find it. And, oh yeah, before we start, I would like you to turn to someone near you. I'm very interested in your issues in classroom management. So even before we go, how many of you have an issue with classroom management in any of your classes? Raise your hands. Yeah. And these days, it's far worse. Think about kids behind screens, behind masks, and even just hardly seeing their eyes. So this is what we see. And so music does this and connects us. So I want you to turn to someone next to you and have just a 2-minute conversation of your biggest classroom challenges right now. Go. Turn to someone and have that conversation. Okay, so I'm really curious just to hear, we're not going to hear everybody's, but I'm really curious to have you just popcorn, just a few of you. So some of you give me anything that came up. Yes?
I see my kids for 5 days and then don't see them for 6 weeks because of COVID. So this is what I want to do on Mondays.
Yeah, drum if you can relate to that issue. Just rumble on your drum. If you relate to that and you have that issue, all right, and stop. Great. Somebody else.
Defines. Being defined.
Being, yeah. Rumble. And stop. I want you to see that you're not alone. Rumble, anybody else? Other things, yes. Unmotivated. Rumble if you can. And, yeah.
I have first graders that just make noise, they hum or they just make other random noises and it's hard to spot which ones are making.
Rumble if you have that issue. Here's what I think. They're so full of music, and we have been told not to sing, and shush, and think about it. It's like exploding and oozing out of every pore. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Really? Okay, a couple more. Yes.
I need to loosen my kids up.
Loosen your kids up. So, rumble if you can relate to that. Kids are uptight. And, okay.
I travel room to room, 30 classes a week.
I get it. Rumble if you can relate to that. Yeah, all right. Are you on a cart? Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, remind me at the end of the session, I'll show you these toka drums that it's a whole new line that store inside each other. Because we've been moving drums a lot. These purple ones, there's a mama, a middle, and a baby, and they all stack in the mama. And then these, they sound great. So do check these purple guys out. Here, these 3 stack, these Floritoms, they sound amazing. And then these Ashikos, and they're coming out with a Tabano line in a few months that tunes in the inside of the head instead of mechanisms. It is the bomb. So you can actually tune them. These Ashikos stack up like this, so you can get 6 in a pile with stands and a baby inside. So I'll put it in your session notes. So you'll have both session notes and PowerPoint. You have both of those, and I have all kinds of books too that you can order from the website. A few more before we go. That was just a quick aside. Yes, Tracy.
Older children, self-consciousness, not wanting to participate.
Rumble if you can relate to that. And one more. Yes.
Well, big personalities that like to show out and like take over the class.
Big personalities like to take over the class. And so I say for the big personalities, those are the ones you teach to lead the drum circle so they get to be seen and heard and get to do their thing in a positive way. So, great. So thank you. And I'm writing a book on my next project. I have 2. One is ukulele with a brain in mind, teaching ukulele. And the other is classroom management, drumming up the better brain in classroom management. So I will include, I have this doc that I'm working on, and I will include a questionnaire that I would love to have you answer and put your ideas on, those that were generated, because you're helping me to figure out what's going on out in the field everywhere. And so we can figure out how to really answer and address those. The biggest issue that we have come across the years is transitions. Rumble if the transitions are the place when things fall apart in the classroom. And the energy goes, and then you have to pick it up. So we're going to today, once I start here, we're just going to go into flow, and you're going to see me process through a bunch of things with this in mind. Community building, building back what hopefully and better what we had before COVID, because we've lost so much in isolation. The kids have lost so much, and mental health is at an all-time high. And if we don't feel grounded psychologically and physically and safe, and if we don't have these elements in our life, a sense of belonging, identity, value, meaning and purpose, and joy, not to forget, wow, what happened to joy? You know, it just went right out the window. We are so joyless in schools right now, and I kudos to all of you for being in the profession that I believe can make the biggest difference in education and for kids in their lives, because you hold the key to what really changes the brain. So, back to the brain. All right, get your drums. I want to quickly, and are you okay if the mask is down when I am speaking? And I will pull it up when I'm moving around. Okay, is that all right with everybody? Okay, good. So basically, crossing the midline, waking up the brain, I want to show you, for me, beginnings and endings are huge. And like I said, if they come in making music and you get them right away and you create an optimal learning environment, then you're go for whatever it is your lesson plan is. So with young children, I love to, and actually all ages, with young children sitting on the floor, we take our hands and we say, prepare, say that with me, prepare. So it's also sending a message to the brain, breathe in, all the way up, give a good stretch, and then we're going to make a sound, and say boom when we hit the drum. Okay, good. Second time, let's see if we can hit the drum at the same time, same process. Prepare, prepare, big breath, stretch. You see how quickly that happens. Third time, same thing. Really, now listen, you're exactly together. Prepare, stretch. Yeah. From there, we've got heart, heart, heart. With younger students, I have a hello song. And with the hello song, they created, I give my first introduction, so bring the volume down. Generally, they're on body drums like this. Then we cross the midline like this, that wakes up the brain. So I'll show you both ways, but yeah, good. Okay, we got some trying that. I just want you to know you don't have to have drums to do any of this. Here we go. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Bonjour. Bonjour. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Salama pagi. Salama pagi. Ciao, ciao. Now watch me go. Around the world. Around the world. Every day. Every day. We greet. Of course, we can't do that now, but I'm still going to remind them that this can be done. We greet each other, smile and say.
We greet each other, smile.
Good. And then we go to the body drum here that we're exploring. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
That is English.
That is English.
To your shoulders, buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
That's Spanish. Good. And then bonjour.
Bonjour.
That is French.
That is
And then because I spent a lot of time in Switzerland and Germany, Guten Tag, because it always sounds like that.
Guten Tag.
That is German.
That is German.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
That is English.
That is English.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
That's Japanese.
That's Japanese.
Ni salama pagi.
Salama pagi.
Indonesian.
Indonesian.
For ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
That's Italian.
That's Italian.
Then it goes legs, X, clap it up, and we cross the midline in 2 waves. across the body and up and down, legs, X. And from that, I start to build rhythm patterns. In the class, then I ask, who do we have? Does anybody else have a way to say hello? And the students in the beginning of the year create their class identity hello song. So the hello song is not what I just gave you. It is what your students give you. And so it's a collective community song created at the beginning of the year for classroom identity. Does that make sense to everybody? So again, we've got community, ownership, belonging, and I'll tell you, those kids that fill in their culture and their families is such a beautiful gift. Really great. Okay, so now we're going to leave those youngers, and we're going to the drums. This is what I do with the older students. So here we are. I like to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. I like to start with they are full of music. And so I want you to start, and I'm very interested in what's going on inside your body. So can you find your heartbeat? You find pulse here. I usually can find it right here. So just take a breath. And if you can't find it, you're not dead. Don't worry. You're here with us. And just see if you can tune in. Take the other hand and put it in the air. So this is the beginning of the arc of transformation or learning, and it begins with listening, deep listening. So you tap in here and tap what you feel. And then take your other hand and tap. So now you're tapping heartbeat right in front of you. Good. Look around the room and notice we all share this pulse, but we also are all unique. And let's bring it down now to your drums or your lap. And did you hear what happened in no time at all? We are instant community in sound because as human beings, we are wired to be entrained, to find each other, and to live in rhythm like this. It's super uncomfortable to be out of sync. We are wired to be together. And so this is really beautiful, particularly now. This is a wonderful metaphor for, hey, look how easy that was. Good. Okay, so now we have walking hands on the drum. Good job, walking hands. And now the brain seeks synapses. Those were crossing the midline of the brain, a really wonderful way, simple way to get your groups engaged and going. Let's go back now and explore creativity. So now make it up any way that you want to. Remember when we double your silence, double your silence, double your silence. So now, double your silence is one of those backdoor ways of saying, put a lot more space in it, but it's so much more interesting to say, double your silence. And what happens when you do that? What happens is when there's more space, I just want to show you that everything is in here that we're going to be doing today. Okay, good. When you double the space, you start to hear everybody around you. And this is amazing to know that the more space we leave in our busy lives and in our busy minds, the more we're able to learn and take in. Double your silence again. Isn't that cool? It's just amazing. Now, go on a little exploration. Here we are, we're locked in, we're very simple, but now I want you to see how many sounds you can find, like scratching, 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 find that. Fingertips, flat hand, it's an exploration. The side, flat hand, one hand, and mute. Lift. And then push on it. See, so here's the question mark. I love this one. Okay, those are just some ideas. All right, go on a little vacation from this home place and see what you can find. Go. So you're harvesting creative ideas. How many ways can you play that drum? How many sounds do you have on it? Good. Keep on going. Really listening. Check it in. Good. Okay, now, everybody have ideas? Choose two ideas you love so much you say, oh, I love those. Those are great, those are keepers. And make a rhythm with them. So choose two, make a rhythm. Make it up, here you go. So now you go from expansive to contracting, to composing. You got it? Listen around the room. Listen to the group composition. Brilliant. I love it. Woo-hoo! All right. Okay. Level 2. That was level 1. Now you're going on a journey again, but this time you're going to look around and you're going to see who else has an idea that I really love. You're going to start to pull inspiration from the people around you and their ideas go. So start to look around and gather in ideas everywhere from anyone around you. Good. Yeah. If someone has a cool idea, you can use body percussion. If you get an idea, go, woo, I'm going to do that. Do it and see if it spreads. It's like TED Talks, an idea works. Spreading. Good. All right. I see a lot of great ideas. Notice the energy in level 2. We start to build it because you're connecting. Good. All right. Now choose 2 and simplify again. Make a rhythm up. Just choose 2. All along the way. Thank you so much. Great. Okay, you got it? Super. Level 3. All right, so we're building it here. Level 3, you're going to be listening to everybody, but it's a little different. This is the numinous part of this journey. You're going to listen around and we're going to find one rhythm that we all agree upon. One rhythm, one idea. So start to listen around the group and see what's the emergent big idea. And it might have to get really simple. Okay, we can't stop till everybody is playing exactly the same thing. Go. There you go. Look around, make sure you're playing exactly. Aha! Can you hear it? Is everybody finding Come on over here, particularly these people on the floor. Come on over. Good. And you can set it up in C pentatonic. Somebody jump on the bass. And now, you decide how you're going to play our home rhythm on your instruments. But jury, duty, jury, duty, jury, duty. And if I say if we have goon, dodo, pa, goon lives on the lower part, dodo in the middle, pa on the high, so it might be pa, 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 pa. So keep saying it and find it on your own instruments. I could use some more people on the blocks. Yeah. The minute we start to bring the melodies, it's like, yeah. Good. So this is our home. Drums, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Keep going. So your home rhythm now lives someplace new. The students create a home rhythm in the beginning of the year. It's their classroom identity. Yours for today, every group is different, is jury duty, jury duty. That's hilarious. I thought we will never forget that. So you now, with your older students, they have an identity. And they also understand how cultural rhythms emerge. It's a group of people just like us that find a rhythm that identifies who they are at a given time or for a particular celebration. Again, we want buy-in for classroom management. We want kids to care. We want them to feel like they're seen and they're heard and they're a part. And that makes their brain wake up and say, oh man, that's awesome. You know, I'm a part of it. So keep going. Now, back to jury duty, everybody. Now watch. Jury duty, jury duty. 8, 2, 3, 4. Jury duty, and everybody stop. So we can start to play with it. Adding one sound in the space. Add one sound. Yeah. Aha! Anywhere you want. And it starts to make a whole new composition. Beautiful. Okay, next time, go back to the space. And I use a thing I call India, just this. Silent holding of space. It's a dance here. Just try it with me. And then we can start to listen to the compositions of the group. Next time, just the big drums fill it in. Big drums make it up here. To make it up, and big drums one more time. Yeah. Middle drums, you're a middle drum. One more time, middle drum. Little drum. Aha! Yeah. Next time, the woods. stop, cut, rumble, call the groove. So, we want to get a nice mix of instruments for this play. So I need some people to get boom whackers. I need some people to come and get these bar instruments. You guys stay there. So I need some folks. Please come and get these melodics. They're awesome. Take a mallet. And those would be great. Resonator bars. I need more people on the resonator bars. Yeah. Good. More. These all have to go out. But don't take the F or the B. Yeah, we'll say it now. Beautiful. Yeah, great. Okay. Yes. All right. Now we have a lot of fun possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Let me show you how to use the toys. Keep the pulse in your body. Remember I talked about flow. When the flow goes, the energy drops. Then you have to work really hard to pick it back up. So the drums with the fingertip as wide as you can. Keep the pulse in me while I demonstrate. Thank you. Okay. So, these are great, wonderful. They match the boom whackers. And you can play them and get a beautiful sound. If you have one of these resonator bars, try it. Get a big sound, let it ring. Okay. And then you see I have spatulas and other kinds of fun mallets, because mallets are really expensive. And I don't like the mallets that they come with. I keep telling Rhythm Band to change them, and they haven't yet. But the mallets are really cool. The spatulas work really nicely. Now you can play it like this, or you can mute it. I take my thumb. Though the black ones are a little harder to mute, you can try it. But these are particularly easy, good. Okay, boom whackers, you know what to do, you can do legs. Typically on a boom whacker, I use a stick. So the boom whacker is an instrument, not like everywhere. I would have called it a boom tapper, by the way. Whacker, you know. It kind of goes, whoa, Craig, who decided on it, sounded like a lot of fun, but yeah. So I organize them when I hand them out to students. I say, boom whacker, stick. Play on the end to get the best sound. But you can tap it or tap the floor or tap, find something. Good, okay, got it. Nice. I use ukuleles in the drum circle, and I tune them to slack key tuning. And so if you've got an ukulele, I drop the string closest to the floor, first string, to a G. So you don't have to know anything. So the kids can have enormous fun before they're learning. Then I show two forms. So it's improv oop that works with a circle. So if you have an ukulele, you can just play it open in slack key tuning. Good, and I also have some other fingerings that's super fun. Ask me about it. Good, okay, now everybody bring it up. Everybody in. 1, 2, back to the groove. Go! Wait, then you gotta bring it back. That's called call to the groove. We go 1, 2, back to the groove. Good, okay. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Step 50. You can have a lot of fun by going. And cut the group like a pie and tell them to keep playing. You keep playing. Everybody else on 4, you'll stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Then we hear just this group. And in the class, this is the time you can say, wow, yay, give a little cheer. Now they're speaking to all of you because music is a language. Listen and take it in. What do they think? Send out what you're saying. Point to someone, look at them, and really speak with your instrument, all right? So aim that sound somewhere. You're all going to answer. 1, 2, you're stop, out, in. Answer that group. All right, so they're talking back here. Are you ready? You're going to talk back? For you. 1, 2, 3, 4, out, in. Oh, aha. It's a conversation. Maybe this group is going to speak back to them. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, out, in. All right, everybody? 1, 2, 3, speak to them. Conversation, communication, connection, communication, creative. Okay, you ready? Roll in this whole side. Get ready, just this side. Are you ready? Aim it over there. Talk to somebody across from you. Send it out. Meet it. Tell them how you're feeling this Friday morning. Get it all out. Are you ready? Give it back to them. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. Here, coming back, coming back, coming back. Get ready, 1, 2, 3, get switch. And switch. And switch. 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 Got me awake. 1, 2, everybody play. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Continue to play. Rumble! Rumble, wave. Follow this hand, follow this hand. Kids love this. It looks fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. All right, so let me give you the quick down and dirty lesson when I give the kids. Okay, so step, groove in your body, stand up. So I'm going to teach you right here. You're all going to learn this process. Okay, ready? So we go step, pulse in the body. I always say when they are the leader, they can stop the circle, and if they want it slower, they can make it slower or faster, okay? But stepping and finding the pulse and where you are. Again, tapping into your authenticity and inviting them to do so too. It's a huge gift. So if we're bringing them in, they're out. Put your hands out. The group is out. You bring them in. They're out. You bring them in. So we got to count so they know how to count back into 1. So I go 1, 2, la 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 la. Say that with me. 1, 2, la 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 la, and in. Try it one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, la 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 la, and in. Now you're not going to say la 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 la. You're going to say something. 1, 2, like let's all play, and in. But you can say anything in those 2 beats. 1, say it with me. 2, let's all play, and in. Now say something different. Back to the groove, whatever. 1, 2. Everybody play, and in. Say something different now, okay? This is getting your juice going. 1, 2. You know what to do, and in. Good. Say something else, whatever you want. 1, 2. Make it all move, and in. Great. You get the idea? One more time. 1, 2. Everybody play, and in. Okay, so you got them in. As they're in, you can play with volume. I put a volume down below so you can see as it gets bigger, 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 bigger. If the kids aren't watching, I say you might have to use your body and go way down because a lot of times they don't see you. All right? And they still keep pulse. So this is volume sculpt. Everybody got it? Say that. Volume sculpt. Great. And then rumble is this. Okay, you gotta go rumble it around. Awesome. And then continue to play. Good, okay, easy, easy peasy. And sculpting. Sculpting is cutting it like a pie. Here, smile and say, oh, from you to you. Usually you'll have that group continue. And then you look at everybody else and you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're in, take them out. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, in, out. Now you can count it backwards if you like. 4, 3. My fingers don't do it well, so I always just use the upwards. 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. Got it? Okay, so back to your instruments. You know what you need. I'd like to have somebody lead. We're going to go back to the circle, and I do what's called a jump time with the kids. And so somebody jumps into the circle and leads as they're practicing. So I'm going to call you in 1, 2, back to the groove, go! Okay, I need somebody that's dying to try this out this morning. I'm going to choose right ahead. Any volunteers? All right, woo! Thank you. Give her a chance. Yeah! We are yours. I'm telling you, it's really fun. She's going to have the fun. Thank you. Wow. I'm always just so impressed when people jump in and they just go, oh, I didn't know what I was going to do. Okay, I want to really quickly show you my favorite thing to do with middle school, 4th, 5th, 6th graders, those kids that are like, you know. So ukuleles, I'm sorry, I might have to ask you to tune that back up. If you want, if you know C, D minor, and F. Orff instruments, I love these sticky things. I discovered several years ago, I was at the rhythm band booth, and I was looking over, and I can't remember, Music in Motion, I think? Is it Music in Motion make these? I love these, and they stick to these drums. And so we're going to do, you'll see, we're going to go like this. Ooh, ba, 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 can you play your drum with me? Ba, 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 ba. Now wait, there's no sound, so it's fast. Ba, 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 ba. There we go, thank you. Get the feel in your body. We're gonna go to Jamaica this morning, and here's the note. So you're going to play on this groove, this one, and boom whackers. This is great. All the boom whackers, all the barred instruments. Yep, pick it up. Can you see the notes? You can look at colors. Your color coding. Here we go. hands like this. If we can teach our children and ourselves to remember that the brain learns and we're happier when we're in a state of wonder. So try to, instead of, I know everything, this is terrible, go back to 2 and 3 years old and put yourself in a space, open up, it's like, you never know what's possible. And don't worry, be happy. Let it go again. Okay, good. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mary. Before I present Mary with a certificate, I have a couple of very quick, very important announcements. So, I love y'all. I love that you're here.
And the app has the QR codes for all of your session notes. You have a 3-page handout for this session.
Yes.
And you also have a probably 50 slides with all kinds of links in it. So check out the token drops. They were donated to us from Toka. So I'll be showing you the stacking if anybody's interested in that. It's a great footprint and a wonderful new collection. Check it out on the Rhythm Band. And we will see you later.
All
Thank you so
right.
much.
And so, Mary, we would like to present you with the certificate of appreciation for coming and teaching us some world music this weekend at the South Coast